Continue to read 2 Corinthians chapter 7. Since we have these promises, dear friends, let us purify ourselves from everything that contaminates body and spirit, perfecting holiness out of reverence for God. Just in this for the first portion, there is a lot even in that. Exactly. In order to live in the spirit, we have to know those things that are not right. You know those things. You know, I know what they are for me. You know what they are for you. We are to separate ourselves from those in order to live in the spirit. Those things of the flesh, let's call them what they typically are, things of the flesh, things of the earth, that we know are not good. You know this. So we've come into a portion in our lives where we can detect and determine things that are good and bad, right? In our lives. So there are things that we have in our lives that we know are bad. And then there are things that we don't know. And those things that you don't know, of course, ask the Lord. Tell him your needs, tell him your wants, tell him what you believe, what you feel, how you feel, why you feel it. Give him all that information. He already knows, but he's waiting to hear from you. He wants to hear it in real time. You know, it's not a TikTok or it's not a little 60-second thing. You know, it's our living Lord. It's our Savior. He is even here now with us in the Bible study. These are his words. These are his powerful wisdom, everlasting, loving words to us. And so we are to, in order to live in the spirit, we're to separate ourselves from those things. And you'll notice a difference. When you are living in the spirit, your mind is completely blocked from wickedness. You don't think about things that are sinful. You don't think about, those don't even, they don't come up. It is putting the full armor of God on, right? And which we'll get to again about the full armor of God on, and it's being blocked. The wickedness, the sin, all of that is blocked completely. But when we pull up the visor, when we start letting our mind wander, that's when those things can creep back up on us. And that's when things may happen. And then we turn around and we think, well, why did this happen? I was living in the spirit, right? But you weren't. We slid off of that. We thought about we allowed for things to come up. And you know what? The Lord does know that. He is full of forgiveness. And that's why Paul says here, let us purify ourselves from everything that contaminates body and spirit. So he understands these things. The Lord is giving Paul the wisdom to tell us, to communicate to us even to this day. Before we go on though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?